so what was that? Round 19. Round 19's just gone. I'm going to start this video with the swear jar. I actually don't recall if I, oops, not that guy. We want this one and this one. Okay, it says $10. I haven't updated it. Should be 12. So if you've subbed, then basically in the last video, so that'll be after round 23, there will be a raffle. Totally even chance between anyone who's subbed. I think at the current time there's 9 people, so that's a 1 in 9 chance of winning $12. Pretty sweet deal. If you choose to sub and you haven't already, the chances are going to obviously be less likely, but hey, it's $12 and all it takes is a sub. At least $12, by the way, because basically every time I swear, not including shit or crap, then we're looking at. I just see Jaden Short is. What is that? Are you? What? He's been named on the bench. He'll be fine, eh? He'll be fine. Anyway, $12 is the current number. Obviously, it says 10 there. It's actually 12. Oops, didn't want to bring him back into the game. Oh, not that either. And there we go. So let's have a look. Let's get straight into what I scored. Oh, so annoying. This is where it all started. Where it all started this week. I'll get into that in a sec. So 2277. I've fallen behind. There's only 4 rounds to go. It's catastrophic. I basically said that my goal was to get top 1%, and which is basically top 2.5k. So I'd need to go 1500k ranks improvement on average from this point each round to reach that target. And that's the target where I'd actually continue to make videos. So if I don't get top 1%, then it's just not justified, in my opinion, to make videos. So it would mean that this will be the last time I make a Supercoach video in round 23. Which is kind of sad. That's kind of sad. But that's just the way it goes. Like, if you're going to be, top 2% or worse, then it's just not justified. I'll get into, like, a few things that I thought were sweet picks, a few bad decisions and stuff, but I'll do that, like, later on. As for now, I think Supercoach George had a bad week and still beat me by 50 points. JD got, like, 2,500, not catching him, and NO about the same from memory. So I was in like a better position, I thought, than a couple of those guys at least, and it was looking like I would probably be able to beat them. I thought I was in a better position and I was well ahead of them as well, and unfortunately the cream rises to the top, and unfortunately that doesn't apply to me. So a little bit disappointing. There's still 4 rounds to go, so not expecting to catch them, of course, but there's a small sneaky chance that we still get to the top 1%, but that would be quite remarkable. Very, very, very unlikely at this point. But nevertheless, we'll see how we go. And I'll tell you why things haven't gone well this week. So last week we went up like 1,800 spots, and that's what we needed to get sort of into the contention. But things did go very well. Like Goldstein went 130. Short wasn't terrible, and we all know he is. So, and yeah, other things worked in my favour. Now, this week, this is what happened. So it all started with the round where the first round. The first game of the round, Fremantle were versing Richmond. And at halftime, I was like, sweet. I am in for a good round because we had Darcy, who was the only disappointment after the first half on 35. Will Brodie was on 75 at halftime. Andrew Bayshaw was on 63 at halftime. And Short was on like 53 as well. So when you've got 4 players playing in any game, it's so important that they do well, particularly when it's the start of the round and it's like, sweet, here we go. I've just gone up 2k ranks and, this is it. It could actually happen. Let's go. And then somehow Brayshaw scores in the second half a total of 16 points, which would be 32 for an entire game. That would be probably the worst score in the history of his career. Let alone now when he's the Brownlow favourite. I mean, are you serious? And then Will Brodie scored 20 points. And he actually did well. I don't know, man. I swear some dude in Champion Data is sitting in that back office, some like slimy guy with, really oily hair or something. And he doesn't have Will Brodie in his team, but he definitely has Callum Mills. And every time Will Brodie puts up a decent performance on the field, everyone can see it, he's just like, because his first half was remarkable. There was no denying those 75 points. But then he didn't have that bad a second half and only got 20 points. Like, if he had played the entire game the way he played that second half and they ended up with 40, like, come on. Like, I know that's not exactly how it works, but it's close enough. So it's extremely disappointing. And Shorty, I mean, you don't expect anything less from him than a 40 in the second half as well. So not surprised there at all. He was actually on 69 or even worse, maybe 67 before getting scaled up, however many points that is, 7 points. So got saved a little bit there. And then Darcy was the only one who actually had a decent second half, scored about, 50 points. But yeah, that basically ruined everything. So it's pretty disappointing that that's sort of just the way it goes. Anyway, have a look at the teams this week. Not sure what's going on with Jaden Short being picked in the emergency role. I presume that Richmond must be playing late. They are. I actually wouldn't even hate it if I saw him get dropped. Just force me into trading him. Even like I don't have the money for anyone decent if I go and get shooting this week. But I don't even care. Anyone's better than that guy. He is the most annoying person to watch. Yeah, he's just so bad. Anyway, he's obviously not going to get dropped, but that's still a joke. Anyway, let's have a look. Almost said NRL. I did actually. AFL teams. Not a lot going on there. I like that Rory Lobb's in because they were thinking about playing Lloyd Meek, and that would have been bad for Darcy. So that's actually really good that Rory Lobb's been named. Pitnet back. I've heard people say that can be good for Cripps because he was like, for some reason, kept getting thrown into the ruck and stuff like that. As well as obviously having a better tap ruckman is better for him if he's playing in the midfield. And you know what? As much as I've been definitely wanting to get rid of Cripps and saying how terrible he is, because he is, there's 4 rounds left. They look like they're going to play finals. Adelaide's a great matchup. I mean, he's going to be seeing what Rory Laird does, and hopefully that inspires him to be more like Rory Laird. So we'll see what happens. Dan Houston injured, so I was actually low-key considering flipping Short to Houston purely because of the price of Houston, and Houston I think's averaged over 100. So there was a little consideration there, but now he's injured. Happy I didn't do that. That would have just really, really been terrible. Tom Stewart's back, so I'm probably going to be swapping Hewitt to Stewart. And Caleb Daniels back, so I'm hoping that doesn't hurt Bailey Dale. But I was actually surprised to see that Caleb Daniel has played in 14 games this season. I swear he hasn't played half the season, but apparently that's incorrect. Jonathan Segler's getting I don't know if it's his first game for the club or something, but it'd be interesting to see how he goes. I actually started him last year for Hawthorn. Yeah, Alistair Clarkson was the coach. That was stupid on that fact alone. Connor McDonald keeps his spot. That's nice. Rowan Marshall not been named. Who's Tom Campbell? Is he new? What is that? Oh, I'm happy I didn't bring in Rowan Marshall. I was seriously considering going Cripps to Marshall. That is not good. If anyone's gone and brought him in. And then Jacob Ware's kept his spot. Oh, has he? Yep. Love it. That's another one that sucked last week, man. He was on 53 at half time, ends with a 65. Like, not complaining. I don't expect anything better than 65. Would have taken it before the start of the game. But when you see someone on 53 and then they go, a total of 26, if they had gone that badly for the whole game, like a 26 is what he basically put off in the second half. He got like 2 touches. Every time he touched it, he gave it up, and I literally screamed. That's what Supercoach does to you sometimes, particularly when you're desperate. All right. Nothing. Oh, D'Ambrosio is back. So anyone that didn't have trades and had D'Ambrosio as cover for Hewitt will be very happy with that. However, he could be an emergency and not play, so he's probably not even going to play. And Aaron Hall. Where's Aaron Hall at? Oh, H&S Protocol. No. I needed him to lose his money this week. Oh, probably a blessing in disguise. He'll probably come back and get injured like last time. But I need to get rid of Short. He's so bad. Oh, I'll have a look at someone else. Maybe Jake Lloyd or something. Malcolm Roses is back. He'll probably actually play. Although Elijah Hollands did look very good. So it's possible that they don't worry about it. Where is Hollands? Must be in there somewhere. Because he was very good last week. Of the little bits that I sort of saw of him. Expecting him to keep his spot. Nat Nui's back. That's not good for Wits. Classic time for Nat Nui to come back. Oh, he actually played last week apparently. Oh, no, he didn't. And what have we got here? Jaden Shaw on the bench. That's where he belongs, if not out of the team. He's so bad. So bad. Daniel Rich injured. Not a whole lot going on. All right. So, no massive carnage. Pretty much what we expected. I will undo these changes and show how I went into the round last time. And these captaincies, they're killing me. They are killing me. I mean, every single week, bro. Have a look at this. This is what I'll get into probably at the end of the year. But, I captained Took Miller for that 76. I captained Jared Witts for that 68. Look at that run. And then he dropped 68. And that was my worst round of the season. I went 500 points below par. And it ruined everything. I was really tracking well. I captained McRae for a sub-ton. I don't know which one it was. But probably that 92. I've done it time and time again. And yeah, it's been really, really brutal. The captaincies this year, I just continually get them wrong every single round. And if I had just kept getting good, solid captaincies in, never got one of Clayton Oliver's big mama scores. Yeah, and it's really hurt, man. It's really, really hurt. I haven't got a single big Lockie Neal score as captain. I mean, I didn't even get these two because I didn't have him. Anyway, Hewitt's out, and they're saying he's a week to week. Expected to be available 21. Is that? That's next round, eh? Well, this is what I'm going to do anyway, is I might not make the trade, and it depends on how Jacob Ware goes. If Jacob Ware goes well on Saturday, then I won't make the trade of Hewitt out. But, man, I just want to get rid of Short bad. If I get a decent score out of Ware, an 80 plus, I'll keep him. And I'll just say, look, whatever. I'll keep Hewitt. I hope that he comes back. The last time he had back soreness, it was 2 games. And he could actually be a gangster pod. Because everyone's going to get rid of him this week, pretty much. Anyone that has trades, anyway. And I'm one of them, depending on how Jacob Ware goes. So I'm super stoked that I get to check that out. But yeah, highest averaging defender coming in. That's probably the trade I'll do. And then what I was going to do next week was go Short if he doesn't go absolutely terrible for Aaron Hall. But because Aaron Hall's price isn't going to come down, there's not a lot of options I can go Jaden Shaw to. I don't think there's really anyone that I'd be able to pick up. If I look at players I can afford, this week, it's maybe Stephen May. I'll seriously consider Stephen May, to be honest, over Short. I mean, that's bad. Oh, imagine 15. Oh, I don't even know how that happened. Oh, that was because he got injured. But yeah, like not a bad last 4 rounds. Don't like that 66 at all, but that's against Brisbane. Oh, they're versing Brisbane again. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, or maybe even Dyson Heppel. Nah, you can't do that. But it's just so much. It's just better than Short, and I need him to take some risks. So the person I'm mainly focusing on, I would like, is Aaron Hall, and it could maybe get away with that by holding Short for 2 weeks, depending on how he scores this week against Brisbane of all people. Not the easiest team to score against. Anyway, captaincies this week gonna go VC on Miller. This is the classic the dog captaincy. This is the perfect way to sum up my season. Let's have a look at his form. Okay, ton. All right, great. Okay, I'm gonna put a VC on him. Yep, he's gone 130 plus in 4 of his last 5. He's a great option. Cool. Okay, get prepared for him to go 75 this week, lads. And then the only reason I'm able to put the VC on him is because I got Lockie Neal against Richmond. I like that matchup as my backup. But I mean, I shouldn't need it because Took Miller's going to be awesome. Sweet. Anyway, really epic games coming up this weekend, as they all are pretty much for the rest of the season because of how tight the top 8 is. Well, mainly it's kind of Western Bulldogs and St Kilda are sort of the ones battling it out, sort of that 8th spot now, I'd say. And then maybe Port Adelaide, cheeky little chance if they can beat Collingwood, which will be a very interesting game. And like I said, these games are really good games. Sydney GWS purely for the rivalry aspect. St Kilda Hawthorn, St Kilda's got a chance. Geelong Western Bulldogs, that's got a serious chance of being like epic final coming up. Carlton Adelaide's a sweet game because you got Rory Laird, Jordan Dawson, Sam Walsh, Patrick Cripps. So a lot of people are going to be super interested in that one. Gold Coast, West Coast, Took Miller VC, let's go baby. And then we got captaincy on Lockie Neal potentially, but also Jaden Short. Okay, that's going to be terrible for everyone who has him. But hey, we're slowly getting used to it, so it's hurting less and less. And then we got Essendon, North Melbourne. So Zach Merritt, that is killing me, but whatever. It's going to be interesting to see how Todd Goldstein goes. Callum Coleman-Jones get picked? That is something I forgot to check because they said he had H&S protocol. Oh, of course he got picked. Why not? I swear he's getting more ruck time than Goldstein. It's annoying me, man. They took Goldstein off for like the last 20 minutes in a loss. Like, bro, I understand when you're winning, but in a loss, bro, like that's pathetic. So pathetic. Oh, let's rest him. Like, for what? Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it was for Goldie going 130 this week or something. We'll see. But yeah, super epic games coming up, as they pretty much all are from here on in, which is really cool. It's not always like that at the end of the season, so you've got to take that in. I tell you what, I'll probably speak a bit more about how epic the final series is going to be when it gets a bit closer, but damn, the final series this year. This is the most epic final series I think I can recall in AFL history in my lifetime. Since I've been following the game with great vigour, which I would say would probably be the last 15 years. And when have you had 8 teams that any single team in the top 8 could actually win? Like, it's pretty epic. I don't even know who the top 8 are, but Fremantle have a chance, Melbourne have a chance, Collingwood have a chance, Sydney have a chance, Bulldogs have a chance, Geelong have a chance, Carlton have a chance. Wow, they haven't played finals forever, and Paddy Cripps is like a rejuvenated beast, or at least he was for a little bit, and then I brought him in, so he went crap. But and then Brisbane Lions obviously have a really good chance as well. So, like, it's seriously like as close as you can get for a top 8 coin flip, times I guess 4 coin flips. So yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, particularly I like the Carlton being added into the mix. Like, they're the newbie on the block who's not been a part of it for so long. We'll see if St Kilda knock off Western Bulldogs. I just don't see it happening. Plus, they're one of the teams that doesn't, even though they made finals, you'd be like, what are they going to do? But yeah, it's going to be so awesome. Great game coming up tomorrow. A little bit of a bummer that it starts at 8:10, but I tell you why it's good that it starts at 8:10. It's because you'll get to see what would it be, 15 minutes minimum of the NRL Panthers versus Eels. Now, the last time the Panthers versus the Eels, I would say it was one of the best games of rugby league I've ever seen. Panthers, I think, have only lost one game this season, and it was to the Eels. And the Eels are painfully shit at times. However, when they come up against a proper team, like a beast of a team, maybe a Melbourne Storm every now and then, but almost every time they verse the Panthers, they bring the heat. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. They're playing at home. They're going to be going up against the creme de la creme of the NRL competition. Cleary's going to be playing. This ain't not one of those weekend origin sort of games where it's like, who cares? This is like the legit shit. So it's going to be absolutely fire. It could even be a grand final. Obviously, you don't call it a rematch, but one that's like coming in the future. Preview. Grand final preview. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it's going to be a great struggle to watch the AFL over the NRL this week because that game is so fire. But I'm probably going to do that thing where I watch the first 40 minutes of the NRL and then back the Foxtel by 30 minutes to then pick up as much as possible of the AFL. And if it's getting fire, heating up, then, you might have to swap between the two, but probably going to be preferencing or highlighting, based on what I've just said, the NRL, because that's going to be absolutely sick. Just watch that. It's like Origin level intensity. Not quite, because Origin this year was like, whoa, my mind is blown, but the next best thing. So I'll be watching that, and hopefully they can deliver. Never bet on the Eels because they're so pathetic, but I would say that tomorrow night we're in for an absolute treat. So let's go Eels. People like Dylan Brown, Mitchell Moses, Mika Sivo, what is he, a 110 kilo winger? I mean, that doesn't get much more entertaining than that. Like, come on, that is just brilliant. That's brilliant entertainment. Anyway, hopefully he brings it and runs into someone significantly smaller than him and he bundles him over and I go, ha, sweet. Anyway, I'll be watching. Hope you enjoy it, depending on which game you watch. Well, not depending. I hope you enjoy it either way. That's what I should say. But yeah, good luck with your Supercoach this week. I will be hoping for the best and not particularly bullish, considering that I have Jaden Short. So hopefully you don't have Jaden Short, and if you do, get rid of him. But yeah, with these many trades, it's just too much of a risk. So probably going to go Hewitt to Stewart, and hopefully Stewart can get back to his old ways of going like 160, 170. I mean, I think he's gone 160 plus almost 3 times this year. What a beast. And, when you start him, because like you're a gangster that starts Tom Stewart, which is so few people, you should be rewarded. So hopefully he can reward those that started him and brought him back in because they froth him so hard, which is me. And hopefully good. So we'll see. Good luck to you. And enjoy tomorrow night. Peace.